Jesus may have been drugged for him to appear dead, so that the crucifiers would have thought him to be dead. Drugs that could have possibly been used to make Jesus appear dead were found near the cross on which Jesus was crucified. This is a possible explanation for the disappearance for the body of Jesus, as he may have escaped. Yet, the weakness in this theory is that traditionally, the crucifiers would stick a spear through the body of the victim, making sure they're dead. If Jesus had somehow survived the crucifixion with these drugs, where would he have gone? Surely someone would have seen him leave the tomb site.
Yes, I was. I was on guard from the day before he was crucified, to the day after his body was missing. As I said, I was on guard at this time. So, I heard a few women discussing a body disappearance. I did not think much of it, until I was notified otherwise. Then I realized that they were talking about this incident. In the daytime, I had not seen anybody leave. Although, it does get dark at night and I do get tired. Someone could have possibly left in the night. But, I do not think that they would have. I had not been given a sum of money. Yet, some other guards who had worked beside me had. They went to the city to report the incident. I had not known about this, and then been told to say that the disciples had taken the body.
We're talking about a time and place where there was a lot of Roman oppression. And this miracle worker of a man has appeared in the darkest of times. The Jews were looking for a Messiah, and Jesus was that. The Romans thought of him as a threat to public order, and the only way they thought to deal with him was through killing him. What I saw was an empty tomb. What I didn't see was the Jesus that was supposed to be in it. It was a fearful, yet wondrous sight. I knew that Jesus was an amazing man and miracle worker, but I had not known what extent this was to. Yes, I am certain that the tomb that myself and Mary had gone into was the tomb in which I had visited in the previous days. We went very early. There was light, so I could tell which tomb we went into. It was definitely the right one. Jesus was an amazing and kind man who was loved by many, many people. He cared for them in a way that they had not seen before. He was incredible.
Jesus did not resurrect. He was simply seen by people who wanted him to still be there. They were under the illusion that he survived the crucifixion and came back. His body was put in a tomb for a short period, but then left out in the burial yard. Jesus' body was first placed in a tomb by the guards, where the women saw it for the number of days. But then, the Romans took the body out and left it somewhere unknown. Most probably in the burial ground, where scavengers would finish it off. The stone that was at first in front of the tomb, closing it, was rolled to the side. Luke 24:2 says, "And they found the stone rolled away from the tomb." The person inside of the tomb, i.e. Jesus, could not have moved this heavy boulder.
The Gospels were the only known accounts that had said that Jesus' body went into the tomb. And these Gospels were not entirely true, as they could not upset the Romans in power, as they could arrest anyone who was associated with Jesus. The Gospels were also written a while after the resurrection, meaning that the facts may have got a bit mixed up. It was said that the soldiers, guards were the deciders of whether the body would be put in a tomb, or left in the burial yard. The soldiers could have put Jesus' body in the tomb to satisfy his followers for a while, then took his body out of the tomb and left it in the burial ground. Our forensics saw many remains of human flesh and the odd nail from crucifixion. So, the body was first put in the tomb by the soldiers who took it off of the cross. The two women went to the tomb and saw the body. This gave everyone the impression that the body was put in the tomb, like the law requires. Next, the soldiers took the body out of the tomb and left it in the burial yard. While most had believed that Jesus had resurrected, he was actually in the burial ground. Case closed.